I'm a personal trainer and Miss Orange County finalist, and this
And that there is
my
a Tech 9, little cheap-ass spray gun made out of South Miami. They retail for $380, I get them for $2, sell them for $8. They advertise this Tech 9 as the most popular gun in American crime. Can you believe that?
Tonight we're talking about Quentin Tarantino's most under-discussed film, his 1997 blaxploitation homage, Jackie Brown. It's not surprising that it's as under-discussed as it is. Jackie Brown was Tarantino's third directorial effort after Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction, and also followed From Dusk Till Dawn, which he wrote and starred in, by 1 year. Tarantino's next film, starting 6 years later, would be Kill Bill Volume 1 in 2003 and Volume 2 in 2004.
Is that what I think it is?
What do you think it is?
I think it's a gun pressed up against my dick.
Well, you thought right. Now take your hands from around my throat, nigga.
Jackie Brown comes out of two flashes of inspiration. First, Pam Grier, the star of Foxy Brown in 1974, as well as blaxploitation hits like Coffee, Black Mama, White Mama, and Sheba Baby, many of which were movies that had a sexy young Pam Grier holding a gun and taking down mobsters or drug dealers.
I know. That's the idea. The rest of your boyfriend is still around. And I hope you two live a long time. And then maybe you get to feel what I feel. Death is too easy for you, bitch. I want you to suffer.
Audition for Pulp Fiction. Like many actresses, Grier's starting roles unfortunately dried up. Blaxploitation as a genre faded out by the end of the 1970s, and Grier's supporting roles were often not in the most memorable movies. Her audition for Pulp Fiction went really well, and everyone agrees her reading was great. But auditioning to be Eric Stoltz's girlfriend in a scene where Uma Thurman is hit with the adrenaline needle, the chemistry between Stoltz and Pam Grier just wasn't there, and the role went to Rosanna Arquette. Pam Grier was taller than Eric Stoltz, and that might have been part of it.
Working with Quentin was really a great experience because he's so inclusive and he's very curious about life in general, and especially women. And he said, when he first contacted me, I bumped into him a couple of times, and he said, I'm writing something for you. And of course, I didn't believe him, you know. And then I bumped into him a year later, and he said he was, again, writing something for me. And I said, well, Quentin, you know, before my teeth fall out my breast sag, when are we going to do this? And so he said, no, really. So 6 months later, he sent me this script, and I didn't believe, you know, it was for me. I actually looked for the smaller role, and I didn't call him back right away. And so I said, hey, when I did call him, you did a great job in translating, you know, the script from the novel. And he said, well, good, I'm glad you like it because you're Jackie Brown.
But that audition didn't leave Tarantino's mind, and he told Pam Grier that he was writing something for her. It turned out to be Jackie Brown. The second thing was the book Rum Punch by Elmore Leonard. Although Jackie Burke was white in the novel, Tarantino turned the novel into a love letter to blaxploitation films, starring Samuel L. Jackson as the bank robber turned arms dealer Ordell Robbie, a character so evil and diabolical, I believe the Reddit theory that he actually is a representation of the devil.
That's why you came here to kill me.
I ain't come over here to kill you.
Hey, it's okay. Now, I forgive you. Now, let's say, if I tell on you, I walk. If I don't, I'll go to jail.
Robert De Niro as the hapless Lewis, probably the closest character to his real self with a tendency to stutter and get tongue-tied. Michael Keaton as an asshole ATF agent, Bridget Fonda, Chris Tucker, and Robert Forster as the bail bondsman, Max Cherry. A character actor whose work was often in forgettable and low-budget movies and TV shows, Forster had a similar fate to Pam Grier.
Would you like to hear some music?
Sure.
Cool. You know, I couldn't wait to get home last night and wash the gel out of my hair.
Looks nice.
Thanks.
You never got into the whole CD revolution?
Oh, I got a few, but I can't afford to start all over again. I mean, I've invested too much time and money in my albums.
The plot of Jackie Brown is rich. It is an Elmore Leonard novel. Jackie Brown is a flight attendant at the very shitty Cabo Air. She's, as you're constantly reminded by every asshole she meets, a 44-year-old black woman whose prospects have dwindled after she got caught with drugs working at Delta and was pushed down to Cabo Air. Struggling to make ends meet, divorced, and living in increasingly expensive LA. She made a deal with the gun runner Ordell to become his bag woman, bringing money a bit at a time from his connect in Mexico. She gets caught up in the investigation into Ordell by the ATF after being arrested with $50,000 on her and a bag of cocaine she didn't know was slipped into the envelope.
What's that?
My diet shit.
See what else is in there.
Here. Here.
What's this?
What's that shit?
After a clearly smitten Max Cherry picks her up from jail, Jackie tries to come up with a plan to play all sides in a way that allows her to keep her stewardess job, or at least some of Ordell's money. We also get the story of Ordell's little operation with the girls he pays all over the place. Robert De Niro plays his awkward friend Lewis, who's just gotten out of a 4-year prison stint, perhaps slower and more confused than he was before. And Ordell's surfer girl Melanie, who's always scheming in a way to screw him over at all times.
She trying to play your ass against me, ain't she?
Yeah.
See, I knew it. I knew it. See, you ain't have to say nothing. I know that bitch.
No, I don't understand why you keep someone around your business. You can't even trust them.
I ain't gotta trust her. I know her.
I don't know what that means, man.
Well, you can't trust Melanie, but you can always trust Melanie to be Melanie.
As well as Michael Keaton as the ATF agent, Ray Nicolette, who appears in the multiple Elwood Leonard stories, paired off with the LAPD detective, Mark Dargis. Jackie tries to play all sides off each other with a plan to trick Nicolette into letting her bring all of Ordell's money over. It's convoluted, involving multiple trips, bags, and people set up to be tailed, with Jackie eventually getting all the money to herself and taking off. The center of the film, though, is Jackie and her budding relationship with Max Cherry. Well, not exactly a relationship, it's unconsummated love between two middle-aged people. I think this is Tarantino's most elegant film. There's violence, but not the over-the-top vulgarities of his other work. The dialogue feels more naturalistic. Tarantino deploys the same chronological tricks from Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs to a more subtle end. The relationship between Max Cherry and Jackie Brown is definitely the most mature one I can think of in a Tarantino movie. Reservoir Dogs didn't even have any female characters. Pulp Fiction, the Vincent Vega, Mia Wallace flirtation is well written, but it goes off the rails in a way this does not. Pam Grier plays this perfectly. Her face is projected across the screen, at times flirtatious and solicitous, at other times wary and anxious, but rarely ever losing her cool.
What the fuck happened to you, man? Your ass used to be beautiful.